Epsilon Station was a Weyland-Yutani research and development station that operated from the early 2180s into the year 2200. In today's data log, we want to explain all the information currently known about one of Weyland-Yutani's most notorious xenomorph testing locations. Constructed, owned and operated by the Weyland-Yutani Corporation, Epsilon Station was the site of many of the company's infamous xenobiological experimentations. Located in the Sol system, orbiting the planet Earth, the station was staffed by numerous scientists, researchers, company representatives and security, a bishop synthetic, as well as an array of test subjects, and both human and non-human. The station's main crew consisted of individuals like its commander, Ted Reynolds, Vice Director Harada, and Weyland-Yutani Defense Agent Gabriel Cruz until his retirement in 2020. A large number of the station's resources over its 20 years of operation was dedicated to the study of one particular alien species, the species Plagiaris prepotens, otherwise known as the xenomorph XX121. These specimens were obtained after a Weyland-Yutani security force were led into a slaughter by the company itself aboard a colony vessel known as the Hadley in 2180. The USCSS Hadley had become overrun by the xenomorph XX121. The company allowed their own security forces to be overtaken by the creatures, keeping the knowledge of the outbreak from them to allow for them to be impregnated. Their new spawn young were then to be taken for use in experimentation by the company. The only survivor of this attack was Gabriel Cruz, who was in fact infected by the Plagiaris prepotens. He was though able to be operated on once returning to Epsilon Station, with the medical staff eventually able to safely remove the endoparasite from his body, leading to the survival of both. After years with these specimens, it's unclear what Weyland-Yutani came to learn about the creatures and what developments were made as a result of this knowledge. Weyland-Yutani has worked to keep knowledge of this research extremely confidential, in that it's hard to determine just what the station's real goals were. What we know is that one of the main projects on the station was that of the project surrounding Specimen Alpha. This specimen was the one extracted from Gabriel Cruz many years prior. It was highly prized by the company, as unlike the other XX121s they had bred from the Hadley hive, that were hybridized primarily from their human's host's DNA. The Alpha seemingly was able to carry over genetic information from its previous host aboard the Hadley, which were a species of Corcoran Highland goats. This specific specimen becoming a hybrid of all three species, part Corcoran, part xenomorph and part human. This process was a little understood and terribly understudied part of the xenomorph life cycle, and so it's understandable why the company prized the specimens as much as they did. After Cruz retired, a group of anti-corporation terrorists known as the Minute Hand Movement, using his own son, infiltrated and seized control of the station. They planned to uncover the truth behind the station and its shady dealings. They would eventually trigger the release of the station's complement of hostile test subjects that would then go on to cause a full-on outbreak across the station. Commander Ted Reynolds fled the station aboard his personal escape boat, later forcing the hand of Cruz to return to the station to recover his son and their prized specimens, or face lifetime in prison for his son's actions, and ultimately the loss of his son to the creatures aboard the station. Left with little option, Cruz would once again face down the xenomorph threat. However, after a short time aboard fighting through the chaos Danny, his son is found to have already been infected, and Cruz breaks from the plan to hopefully save him through the same procedure that Cruz had received years earlier. After an argument from Ted Reynolds about the specimen within his son, Cruz would do battle with his own alpha offspring, and after his son was ejected with a Bishop model synthetic, set on removing his chestburster aboard an escape shuttle, Cruz brings about the destruction of the station before falling back to Earth with the Alpha, both burning up on re-entry into Earth's atmosphere, bringing an end to the station and its horde of murderous creatures. If you really want to support what we do here and gain a bunch of awesome rewards, consider joining as a Project ACHERON channel member, like company representatives, the Sith Lord 906, Lewis Perkins, Jack Fleming Jr. and Scott Jardine, or like our team members, Raunchy, Ambrosia and Vladimir Chernikov. But until next transmission, this is Project ACHERON, bringing the knowledge and the power directly to you.